It's a terrific atmosphere, and this really should bring the best out of these athletes. These athletes right in the spotlight here. Let's take a look who's going to be taking part then. This athlete's had a great build-up to the games, and there's no reason why they can't push the envelope here. It's the first round, and this athlete has to choose what weight they want to come in on. Got to be strong.
210.0 kilograms.
Looks fairly composed here. Is he strong enough? Gets it above his head. Now, second phase. Well, that'll keep him in touch with the medalists here. He looks in tip-top shape here. Well, here we go. Big choice here as to what weight to lift first. Well, that's a good choice.
200.0 kilograms.
Really has to focus on this. Drives through with the legs. Well, 3 lights and he can slam that one down. It doesn't matter which country you want to win the gold medal in this event. You've got to respect the start that athlete's made to this competition. Needs to make a wise selection here, having had a good first round. How much more weight does he put on? Needs to keep the mind focused here. Got to build up this power. Well, doesn't manage to lift anything here, and that's a real worry. Well, after a successful first attempt, how much more weight is he willing to put on the bar in round two? Needs a good snatch here. Weight above his head, but can he hang on to it? Well, should be happy with that. A successful lift, and the athlete will be really pleased with that. Well, let's take a check on the scoreboard, and there's good news, lying in first place. How ambitious is he going to be with this attempt? Well, this is the final attempt for this athlete. Needs to get the weight above his head. We couldn't get them to budge. Such a strange effort, that. So many options to go for. Well, this is heavy. This will be a good test of this athlete's ability. Has to get it above his head. That's a blow. Didn't even move the bar off the floor. The victor, a tremendous performance. Look at the emotion. Jumping up and down for joy, and quite rightly so. Here's the replay of that. Gold for Finland, cool, calm and collected. They came, they played, they conquered. Not good enough to take home gold on this occasion. Germany gets silver. And China finish in third place. That means a bronze medal. Let's have a look at the overall medal tally. This is the North Greenwich Arena, packed to capacity for this next event. The Olympic Games always has a habit of making superstars. There's no reason why this athlete can't be the story of this Games.
Well, we all wait to see what routine this athlete is going to choose for their first attempt in the vault. Well, the gymnast's gone for the medium option here. If they do well in this routine now, they could really be on track for a medal. Oh, a great vault. They're putting their personal best to the test with that effort. So at the end of that performance, let's take a look back at the replay. Well, I wonder what the judges are going to make of this performance then.
14.2 next. The athlete from...
Well, of course, the question is, what routine will they start with in the vault? Well, that's interesting stuff. A medium selection there for the vault. Can they pull it off? Well, at the end of the day, they're not doing themselves any favours there, not performing the vault they selected. Oh, the performance needs to be better if they're going to succeed in this vault. Well, let's get a recap on that one now. Here's the replay.
Germany with a score of 2.
It's going to be really interesting to see how the judges score this.
Representing Finland.
Well, the choice they've gone for is a difficult one, which means there's absolutely no room for error here if they want maximum points. Oh, landing on your back. That's not going to get you too far in this competition. Oh, that was a good vault. They've got to be pushing their personal best with that one. Well, let's have a quick look at the highlights of that performance then. So they've opted for the easy routine on the vault. Let's see how they get on. Of course, it has to be done well. That was not the vault they selected. Well, they need to do better if they're going to succeed in this vault.
As you can see from the replay, there's lots and lots and lots that they can improve upon.
With a score of...
Well, it's got to be said, a place on the podium at the Olympic Games is no mean feat. And just look what it means to them.
China has a tradition of success, and that continues. A really good... Welcome to the Royal Artillery Barracks then. The London port of Woolwich has long had a military history. Construction of the current barracks buildings began in 1776. Every Olympics has a superstar, and there's every chance that this athlete could be the face of London 2012. I'm sure their friends and family are nervous, but this athlete's relaxed and ready to go. Round one then, 8 seconds to hit the 5 targets. Plenty of time. Shooting well in this first round. This athlete knows he has all the technique and the ability to become the next Olympic champion. Here we go then with round one of the 25-metre rapid-fire pistol. Well, that's excellent. A grade A performance. That's a great start for Germany. Round two, 6 seconds for the 5 targets. Awesome shooting in the second round. Here we go, round two then. 2 seconds off the clock. Same number of targets. Well, missed out on the perfect round there. Germany in second place then after that round, and this so far has been a good performance.
Next, the athlete from Finland.
Next up, round three.
Attention.
6 seconds. Well, the crowd will react to that quite rightly. So round three, 6 seconds to hit these targets. Well, he likes that. It's been a good performance. Well done. Good execution on that round.
Next up, the competitor representing Finland.
Round four then, here we go. Pressure cranking up here. Very impressive stuff, that. Round 4, 4 seconds, 5 targets. This is where the pressure mounts. Moved across the targets nicely there. It's a great stadium. We'll soon crown an Olympic champion.
Next up, the competitor representing Finland.
Well, in round number 5, this gets really tough as the scoring rings tighten. Well, the target wasn't moving, but he seemed to make it look like it was.
Next, the athlete from Germany.
This is where the pressure cranks up again. Round 5, 4 seconds. Well, that was an average performance. The scoreboard confirms everything you need to know. Germany are in 3rd place.
Next up, the competitor representing...
Round number 6 then, final round. Have to make this one count. Looked a bit shaky with his shots in that round.
Next, the athlete from Germany.
Here we are then, final round. No chance of making a mistake here.
Attention.
That was good, perfect stuff. Look at the joy, look at the happiness, look at that pure emotion. Quite rightly, that athlete is very, very happy. Well, here's the replay. Another Olympics and another Russian hero. This athlete takes home gold. Germany takes silver and Team USA take the final place on the podium. That's 3rd and a bronze medal.
Third, United States of America with a score of 270.8. Fourth, Great Britain with a score of 263.8. Fifth, Finland with a score of 261.6.
Let's have a quick glance at the medal standings. Welcome to the Aquatic Centre here in Stratford, London, the home of the swimming events in the London 2012 Games. Well, the crowd are doing their bits, plenty in, to try and encourage success for this athlete. This is a relatively tough dive. It's not the most difficult in the competition, but one that, if achieved well, then the points reward is there. Looking for a drastic improvement here if they're to reach the leaders after that last dive. Incorrect dive, you lose points on difficulty. And that will cost the diver on the scoreboard. Well, the athlete probably knows what dive's needed here, just needs to let the judges know. Well, I think that was totally mediocre. Nowhere near this German athlete's best dive, and that was poor, really. And that will cost them dearly on the scoreboard. Here's what the judges think. Let's take a check of the leaderboard at the end of the first round. A number of options that the diver can take. Is it going to be the case of pushing herself, or will it be a case of playing safe? Great stuff from Finland, what a dive. Quite rightly delighted with that. Let's take a look at the replay of that great dive. The judges' marks are awaited, and you can never be totally sure if they see it the same way as we do. Well, we're on to the second dives then. The athletes decided to step out a little here. Not the easiest route, but not the hardest. This will definitely send signs to the other competitors. Let's check on the replay. Well, here are the results then coming in now. Well, halfway through this event, and Germany are in second place. An opportunity here to pick a tougher dive, and this could bring this athlete right back into the competition. But that was nice. I think that was all right. Still very much a work in progress, that last dive. Here is the replay. Well, how do the judges rate this performance? Well, so far things have gone to plan in this competition. It's not been great, but it's certainly not been terrible. But executing a more difficult dive here could make the difference. Great spring off the board there. Another good dive. Really good technique. And then the body absolutely straight as it enters the water. It's Germany out in front. A good performance here. And the others just struggling to keep up with the pace that Germany are setting. Well, this is dive number 4 in this set. And the key is to keep consistent and achieving what you set out to. Interesting selection, this, a middle-of-the-pack dive in terms of difficulty. Will that be enough to keep them right there or thereabouts? That was very average performance. Does everything right here, right up until the last moment. Perhaps needed a bit more power in the takeoff. Let's have another look. Here we go then. Needs to just go for it here. Well, that wasn't the right dive in the end, and the judges will punish it for that reason. Not a great dive, that. Let's have a look at the replay. And there you see the over-rotation and the big splash into the water. And the judges will punish that. Well, another look at the scoreboard, and this is the impact that last dive has had. Well, into the final round then, and this is it. Well, this shouldn't cause too many problems. Technique, absolutely perfect. Here's the replay. And now it is over to the judges to get their view on this. Well, needs to improve on the difficulty levels here. Not massively difficult, this dive. Well, that last dive from Germany, very satisfying and very pleasing on the eye. Let's take a look at the replay. Good degree of difficulty and well executed. Let's see what the judges have got to say about that. Well, unbridled joy here. First and the new Olympic champion. What an amazing performance. Well, the final check on the leaderboard will tell us that Finland finished first with gold. In second with silver, it's the USA. Well, let's take another check. Well, plenty of crowd support here. They're all ready to get this event underway. Finland don't have a great history in this event. However, this have a look at the lineup then. Acknowledging the crowd. A strong and solid performance rewarded with silver. That was good, a good performance, and so much to see with this athlete. There are areas to improve though, a few mistakes, and that's probably what cost her first place finish. But otherwise, an awful lot to like. Let's take a check on the medal table and second position. Views over the city of London as evening approaches and the final of the women's high jump takes centre stage. What a field we have in this event. 8 of the world's best going toe-to-toe. Who will be able to jump the highest? Well, she says all the training has gone right going into this event, and she's in great shape. She looks like she's enjoying this. Who wouldn't, though? Round number 1, it's all about clearing that bar. This athlete is going to make an interesting selection here. Well, this is for an Olympic record. This is a historic moment. Big test, this. Well, that was really, really good, and kisses to the crowd as well. They're going berserk. Well, let's have a look at the replay. Well, she says all the training has gone right going into this event, and she's in great shape. Well, this should be well within this athlete's capabilities. Not too difficult. Crowd responding to that. Let's take another look at this. Brilliant. Well, here's a summary after the first attempts.
Next up, the competitor representing Finland.
Plenty to think about for this athlete, as the bar level is their next thought process. Need to decide exactly what they can clear. Contact with the bar and it will fall. Attempt number 2. Oh, goodness me, massively fortunate there. However it happened, I'm sure she's delighted with that, as we've got the confirmed results of those who went clear at that height.
Next, the athlete from Germany.
This athlete could send out a real statement with the next height selection. Well, looking forward to seeing this attempt. A new personal best is what's on offer. Well, the reactions of this athlete tells you everything. A new personal best, and quite rightly, they're delighted. Here's the replay. Great stuff so far. Let's take a check on the scoreboard. First place, a stunning start to this competition, really laying down the benchmark for everyone else to follow. Well, this athlete is going to have to choose what level to jump over the bar. Well, that was very close. Very, very close. Well, the bar's height is exactly what's the focus of this athlete's mind right now. This is a tough call. Well, this is an ambitious, bold and brave choice. Can this athlete do it? This athlete's celebrating because this is a special moment, a new personal best. Let's take a check on the replay. Let's take another look at the scoreboard then.
Next, the athlete from Finland.
Well, this athlete's got to choose what height they're going to try and attempt next. And this could be a difficult decision. Well, the run-in was great, but the takeoff really left them in big trouble. Well, the second attempt at this height, only a small tweak needed. Hits the bar and it falls off. Well, the pressure really is on. It needs to produce a jump of a lifetime here. Not necessarily in height, but in the Olympic final, facing elimination, a clearance is what's required.
Next up, the competitor representing Germany.
The big question now is where the athlete will take the bar next. Well, here we go then. Everything on the line here. This attempt will be a personal best. Ultimately a failure, but not far away from getting this absolutely right. Well, this is the second attempt. She clips the bar and it falls. Big test here. Well, this athlete's right in the medal mix then with a new personal best. Well, let's have another look at that performance. Good technique. Absolutely rock-solid technique. Well, here's the scoreboard at the end of that round, and it shows first place. Well, this athlete's got to choose what height they're going to try and attempt next. And this could be a difficult decision. Well, that won't be any good, I'm afraid. A stutter in the run-up will have cost this athlete. No chance of going clear when you hit the bar that hard. Well, the takeoff was poor there. I don't know what was wrong with this athlete, but I think they need to have another look at this. Nice approach into the bar. Contact with the bar and it will fall. Well, if the hairs on the back of your neck aren't standing on end after that performance, you're not human. Quite simply, what a performance and what a celebration. Gold for Finland, cool, calm and collected. They came, they played, they conquered. A second-place finish is certainly a performance not to be sniffed at. Ireland finish with a silver medal. New Zealand will be happy with that. Third place, a bronze medal.
Great Britain with a height of 1.93. Fifth, Germany with a height of 1.90. Sixth, United States of America with a height of 1.88. Seventh, Belgium with a height of 1.84. Eighth, Portugal with a height of 1.83.
Time now for a quick look at who's where in the medal table. Welcome to the Olympic Stadium. 80,000 people on hand here for the next event, and this really has been brought to life. The jewel of the Olympic crown. Finland has high hopes of taking a medal in this event. I can't help but feel that this athlete needs a world record to win this event. This athlete is really pumped up and raring to go. It's all going to come down to this, the delivery. Well over 60 metres with that last effort.
With a distance of 61.23 metres.
This athlete's had a great build-up to the games, and there's no reason why they can't push the envelope here. Uncoils now. Well, that's going to go out, and it's going to be long, this one, very long. Oh, that's massive! Absolutely massive! A huge new personal best. That's a good start for Germany. They'll be pleased with that.
Next, Jackie from Finland.
When justice is back. Good approach, this. Well, that's right up there with the best he's thrown so far. Here we are in round two. Good throw from Germany. That puts them right there or thereabouts. Let's take a look at the leaderboard, and good news for Germany, who are in first place. Crowd really starting to enjoy this. It's a great spectacle at the London 2012 Olympics. Foul throw.
Next up, the competitor representing Germany.
Well, the third attempt about to commence. Well, let's see what they measure this one at, but that's a decent throw. Things going well for Germany here as we look at the scoreboard. They're in first place.
Next, the athlete from Finland.
The nerves have gone now. Brilliant throw as it arcs over 70 metres.
3.81 metres. Next, the athlete from Germany.
This is all about the speed across the circle before exploding to release from that right hand. Well, I think he's quite happy with that performance. Confirming this so tight at the top of that leaderboard. The fifth attempt. Good stuff, very good stuff.
With a distance of 62.37 metres. Next, the athlete from Germany.
Well, having gone through the mental process, this athlete is now ready to throw. The fans like that. Well, let's look at the scoreboard, and Germany are looking good. They're in first place.
Next up, the competitor representing Finland.
Sixth and final round then for this athlete. Well, that's another solid effort, putting together a really good series here.
7.71 metres. Next, the athlete from Germany.
Last chance saloon, sixth and final attempt. Well, that's good technique, a good throw as well.
Germany with a distance of 59.28 metres.
And what a moment, he's absolutely delighted. Here's the replay. leaderboard tells us that the gold medal winners are Germany, with Finland taking second in silver and taking home the bronze medal. Third place, South Africa. Welcome back to the stadium then. This is the final of the men's 110 metres hurdles. We've seen such high standards of competition already today. This should be a world-class final. The Olympic Games always has a habit of making superstars. There's no reason why this athlete can't be the story of this Games. Lane 4, Finland. This athlete looks right at home despite the pressure of an Olympic final. Thoroughly enjoying the atmosphere. Look at that.
Set.
Start crucial. And they're off, it's underway. Into their rhythm now, using his strength and stamina here. Who's in it to win it? In first place, Jamaica. Towards the finish. Jamaica finished with gold. It's silver for Finland. Team USA will claim the bronze. Well, that was a good performance, and the crowd are acknowledging this athlete. Quite rightly, that was great, and he deserves all the plaudits. A decent start in this one, and now the replay just shows into the stride. Hands and legs moving so well together. When it came down to the finish on the line, good strength to go through the tape. Another good performance. And it's gold for Jamaica. This athlete will be really proud of their achievements in this championships. Mixed emotions for Finland, feelings of disappointment and accomplishment as this athlete takes home silver. What a dramatic Olympics it's been. So many terrific performances. Plenty to think about. Skiing is a massive event in Japan, and those aspiring athletes who would like to turn professional have an opportunity to go to a special school. 10% of the applicants who are accepted then undergo a strict 15-hour-a-day training regime. Those who pass the graduation exams are then approved and become eligible for professional keirin races in Japan. It just shows how demanding this event is. 15 hours a day training, that's going to take its toll on your body. Well, they touched there, and that's going to cost him. Under 2 laps to go. The final lap approaching, and with that you can sense the air of tension, the excitement, the determination of these phenomenal athletes. Second, France. Now it's down to heart, now it's down to strength. Who has the kick as they go around the final bend? Finland has a new Olympic champion, gold! And Germany take bronze. France takes silver. Well, this athlete showed everything. When tested in this race, came through with flying colours. So much power in that lower body, the bike wobbling well. And in the end, coming through with a fine performance. Well, the final check on the leaderboard will tell us that Finland finished first with gold. Not good enough to take home gold on this occasion. Germany gets silver. Well, let's take a check on the medal. Having hosted some of the biggest pop concerts in the world, the North Greenwich Arena will now see the Olympic athletes take centre stage. Well, there'll be plenty of competition. These athletes equally matched.
The next event is the final of the men's trampoline.
Every Olympics has a superstar, and there's every chance that this athlete could be the face of London 2012.
Well, it's really going to be interesting to see what routine this athlete selects here on the trampoline. This really could be his day. Oh, on your front, he really needs to pick it up now. He's not going to get far in this competition, just jumping up and down. Great work with the routine there. Oh, really showing us a high skill level out there. Oh, he finishes the trick landing on his back. Well, if he's going to get some points on the board now, we need to see more tricks from him. Executes that perfectly. Oh, showing great technique there. Well, he really is leaping high, but he needs to get into this routine. Oh, superb. Oh, he really executes that beautifully. Very impressive height on the bed now, but needs to get into the routine. Oh, absolutely amazing. Well, we've got time now to have a quick look at the replay again, and a flawless routine there, I'm sure you'll agree. Fantastic execution, great work. Overall, a really amazing performance. What will the judges' view on this be?
Finland with a score of 41.8 next. The athlete from Germany.
Absolutely no room for error. They only get one chance in this event, so selection of the routine is vital. Is this a brave move? This athlete's gone for the medium routine on the trampoline, but is it going to be enough? Oh, that was a really good Rudy. Well, just jumping up and down isn't going to score him any points here. Oh, that is precision right there. Well, he really needs to get the tricks in now. Oh, full out to perfection. Oh, fantastic. Bouncing up and down, just not good enough. It's the tricks that'll get him the points. Well, that's got to help the points total. Well, he's doing really well on the trampoline. Oh, come on, we really need to see the routine now. Well, let's take a look at the replay again, and as you can see, there are lots of things for the judges to like here. A really sound technique, not quite perfect, but there's lots of positives to take away. Overall, a really good effort from him. So how are the judges going to mark this one?
Germany with a score of 29.00.
Well, the athlete is absolutely ecstatic out there. Look at that celebration. They are well and truly happy. Well, that's it from me, Alison Kirbishley. Now time to hand back over to Seth Bennett to wrap up all the action from this event.
Alison, thank you very much indeed. Well, the final check on the leaderboard will tell us that Finland finished first with gold. Welcome to Lords then for the start of the archery. Usually the home of cricket, but for the games, it's the home of the archery. This should be a great event with a highly competitive field. The Olympic Games always has a habit of making superstars. There's no reason why this athlete can't be the story of this Games. Just very focused here, but not too focused not to enjoy the moment. 70 metres. It seems a long, long way away, and no doubt there'll be nerves. 10. This is the second arrow. That's 9. Take aim. It's a golden arrow, 10 points. Let's take a look at that replay. It's going to come down to which athletes prepared the best for these games. Always important to have a good first arrow. And this really is a sport where millimetres count. Arrow 2. That's 7. Arrow number 3 then. In the red, not bad.
Germany with a score of 24.
It's a good start for Finland.
Next, the athlete from Finland.
A good start required for this athlete in N2. Brilliant, bang on, 10 points. Arrow number 2 then. Thuds into the board. Resounding sound, that. We're fast approaching the midway point in this competition. This is N2, arrow 3.
Finland with a score of 30.
Here's the replay of that.
The athlete from Germany.
N2, arrow 1. That's arrow's worth 9. N2, arrow 2. Really good. 9. Arrow number 3. Just outside the yellow. That's worth 8.
With a score of 26.
Here is the replay. Well, after that round, this athlete, much to the crowd's delight, is in the lead.
Representing Finland.
This is the first arrow of end 3. That's 8 points for the inner red. This is the third end and the second arrow. 9 more points in the outer yellow circle. Can the athlete close out N3 with a good arrow? That's in the center. 10 more points to the total.
Score of 27.
Let's take a check on the replay.
Next up, the competitor representing Germany.
Arrow number 1. That's 8. Arrow 2 and 3. Six more to the total. This is the final arrow in this end. Six points on the blue inner circle.
Germany with a score of 20.
Let's check on the replay. Let's have a look at the scoreboard after that round, and it makes good reading. First place.
Next, the athlete from Finland.
Arrow 1, end 4. 8 more to the total. Arrow number 2, end 4. Well, that's a good follow-up arrow. Final arrow, final end. So close to the maximum. That's 9.
With a score of 26.
Well, let's have a look at the replay.
Next up, competitor representing Germany.
This athlete's 3 arrows away from glory. Great shot for 9. This is the penultimate arrow in this event. Good aim, 8 points. This is the last chance in this competition. This is the final arrow. You can add 8 for that.
Germany with a score of 25.
Here's the replay. What a great moment! How enjoyable is this? Well, no doubt, be very happy with that performance as first place is maintained on the medal table. Welcome to the London 2012 Aquatic Centre, a state-of-the-art building made specifically for this Games. Plenty of quality in this field as well. This really does bring together the best in the world. Well, here we go. This athlete's one of the favourites in this competition. That was a really good dive. The replay doesn't lie. She must be delighted with that. An excellent dive, no doubts about that. This should score well. Acknowledging the crowd. The divers have to select what they're going to do, and if they can't do that, then obviously the judges will take a dim view of that. Well, that's a good takeoff from the platform. Great entry into the water. I think she'll be pleased with that. That's a decent dive. The crowd seem to like it. Let's take a look at the replay. Well, that was good. That was good, and it should be a decent score here. Let's take a check of the results then after round one. Been brilliant so far, this athlete, and the question is now, can they follow up their recent attempt with another huge effort here? Well, admirable stuff for the diver from Finland. That was good. That was really good. Well, there's no doubts that that was a good dive. Not quite in the excellent category at this point, but should score well here. Well, there's no doubt that this athlete can improve. Needs to execute with this dive. Excellent stuff. What a performance. Just great strength on the takeoff. And then from there, it's a case of using all of that technique. Spinning beautifully through the air and then entering the water perfectly. Well, this is good stuff from Germany, who are in first position halfway through. Well, the third round will need an improvement here in both difficulty and execution. How brave is this diver? Well, that's good. That's very good. You can't expect anything else, though. The crowd seem to like it. Let's take a look at the replay. Let's see how the judges rated it. Well, this is a gamble, calculated. This is going to be really tough. Middle of the pack stuff, this from Germany. Need to improve on their next dive if they want to move through the field. That was average. Well, how will the judges react to this one? Well, let's see how that last dive affects the current scoreboard. Well, this has been an outstanding competition. There's no doubt in my mind we're watching a potential Olympic champion, but the difficulty level of this next dive could take it beyond all the rest in the field. Here's the replay. This is a really good dive. Always an anxious time waiting for the scores to come in. Dive number 4 then. Looking for a solid effort here. Well, that's good elevation, and the entry is decent into the water. Not going to be this diver's best effort, though. Here's the replay. And you can just see the tiny little errors. Well, let's see what the judges made of that. Well, after that round, this athlete, much to the crowd's delight, is in the lead. Well, this diver doesn't need the points like some of the others in this field, so this dive is all about being able to execute. Well, there's no doubt the Finnish athlete will be wondering what went wrong with that dive. The judges have already made their decisions on it, though. This is last chance saloon, and having not done that well so far, Now's a chance to really shine. Well, that dive wasn't the best on this occasion. Here's the replay. The twist was good, but after that, well, everything else just went wrong. A massive splash of water, and that's one of the telltale signs that the dive didn't quite go to plan. One last look at the final standings then, and China, confirmation here, they win the gold medal, with Finland taking second in silver. Welcome back. This is the Aquatics Centre for one of the most eagerly anticipated events of this Olympic Games. It's the final of the women's 50 metres freestyle. Plenty of support here today. She'll be cheered from start to finish. One tiny mistake, that's the difference between gold and silver. Well, that was fairly impressive. A good race and a good performance. A strong stroke, good breathing patterns, but most importantly, when it came down to the crunch, this athlete really did work hard with their endurance. Welcome along to the Olympic Stadium, the jewel in the crown of the Olympic Park. This is the place where these athletes will take the next step on their Olympic dream. Finland has high hopes of taking a medal in this event. The circle 2.5 meters in diameter. That lands over 60 meters, a terrific throw.
With a distance of 59.26 meters.
He looks in tip-top shape here. This is the first round where the nerves may just be hanging the most. That performance acknowledged by the crowd, it was magnificent. They'll be over the moon with that start.
Next up, the competitor representing Finland.
This is the second round. Well, the crowd appreciate it, but I think he knows he can throw further. Second attempt. Nerves should be gone by now. Well, that's an excellent throw. And how does that impact on the scoreboard after 2 rounds? Needs good technique to spin round in that circle before exploding into life and releasing the discus into the London air. I think he'll be quite happy with that throw. 2 throws gone, now onto the 3rd attempt. Another brilliant effort over 60 metres. Halfway through then, and the scoreboard is a welcome sight for this athlete, proudly sitting on top of the leaderboard. I think he likes that. 4th attempt. Well, no disappointments in this throw as it goes long, short of 70 metres, but over 60, and I think this athlete will be delighted with that. Round number 5. Well, laying down the gauntlet to those around them, that's another terrific effort from this athlete. Not quite perfection, but not far off.
Next, the athlete from Germany.
5th attempt now. That's over 50 metres as it lands.
Germany with a distance of 54.46.
Let's have a look at the scoreboard after that round, and it makes good reading. First place. 6 rounds then, and one of these athletes will be crowned the champion. That lands over 60 metres, a terrific throw. One of the key things to the technique of throwing a discus is to impart as much spin on it as possible. The greater the spin, the greater the gyroscopic stability. Lovely technique as he releases that one. It's heading towards 60 metres. Terrific throw. Well done. What a moment, a golden moment here at the London 2012 Games. And this is an image that will stand long in the memories. Gold for Finland, cool, calm and collected. They came, they played, they conquered. Four years of preparations since Beijing, and these athletes now must be ready. Any injuries, any doubts must be shoved clear from their mind. This is the start list then for the long jump. Which of these is going to leap the furthest? This athlete knows he has all the technique and the ability to become the next Olympic champion. You can almost see the adrenaline pumping in this athlete. Well, here he is for round number 1. Tight competition, this. Well, looks like a foul to me. We await to see what the judge says. First attempt. Well, no attempt there, and understandably so. Rhythmically, something went wrong on the way to the board, and then the next thing, he was sprinting through the sand. Well, the crowd definitely up for this event. Round 2. Well, just didn't get enough height on that jump to get the distance. Well, there are a few technical flaws that came to light in this performance, and this athlete will have to go back to the drawing board.
Next, the athlete from Germany.
Here we go then, round 2.
Foul.
Well, that's going to be a red flag. He overstepped on that effort. Got to hit the board flush here. Well, the angle of that jump was just too low. It didn't allow any distance. Well, where do you want to start with this jump as we take a look at the replay? I think everything from the start to the middle to the end, all wrong. Well, decides not to jump on this occasion, and I'm not sure exactly why. 7th after that round, and the scoreboard confirms there's still plenty of work to do. That's good. That's really good. This is excellent. Well, that's a great performance from this athlete, a new Olympic record. That just shows how well they've been able to get themselves in shape. Hits the board nicely. That's another strong effort from this athlete.
Next, the athlete from Germany.
Should be no nerves now in round number 4. Oh dear, there was something dramatically wrong there. Didn't even attempt the jump. Well, 4 rounds gone. Let's take another look at the leaderboard.
Next up, the competitor representing Finland.
This is round number 5 then. Well, this will be a no jump. I'm afraid to say there'll be a red flag, and that's frustrating.
The competitor representing Germany.
Just a smooth athlete on the runway. Well, that was all right. Not bad at all. Good bounce off the boards, and that's another terrific jump. Perfect on takeoff. Good hitch kick in the air, and then the landing was terrific as well. Well, let's take a check on the scoreboard, and there's good news, lying in first place.
Next, the athlete from Finland.
Showing nice rhythm on the runway here. This athlete could make history here. Hits that absolutely bang on, and the crowd like it.
Next, the athlete from Germany.
Great speed on the runway. Can he follow it up with good technique? Well, the problem with that jump was the trajectory into the stand. It wasn't good. This is excellent stuff. Kicks high into the air and then lands very well in the spray of sand. Well, look at the joy, quite rightly. The best performance this athlete has ever done here at the Olympic Games. Welcome back to the Olympic Stadium then. 80,000 people taking their seats, ready for this. This is the final of the men's 200 metres. Silence descends.
Set.
And they're away in the 200 metres men's final. Needs to work harder, can do better than this. Midway round the bend, and that's a quarter of the race gone. We're approaching the halfway mark. In the lead, Jamaica, USA in third place. Heading towards the line now, has he got enough? It's gold for Finland! Silver for Jamaica! The bronze will go to USA. Well, the crowd are up, they're on the feet. They understand just how good this athlete's been today. Pump of the fist in celebration, and quite rightly, he gets the accolades of the crowd. Well, let's have another look at that race then. A brilliant performance from start to finish. Just looked great through every phase of this race. So strong with every stride. And then when it came down to winning it, made sure that he was first over the line. Outstanding. Well, the final check on the leaderboard will tell us that Finland finished first with gold, Jamaica finished with silver, and a bronze medal performance for the USA, who finish in third. Let's see who's got what then in terms of medals. This is the final tally. Welcome to the Royal Artillery Barracks here on the edge of Woolwich in the southeast of London, very close to that World Heritage Site, Greenwich Park.
25-metre rapid-fire pistol.
Some great marksmen in this field. This is the Olympic final. Who, though, will have the cool hand and be able to steady those nerves? Well, I think this athlete understands just how important this is. Look at the emotion. Here we go, round one then. 8 seconds to hit 5 targets. That pleases the crowd. Well, there's no reason why this athlete isn't considering themselves one of the real medal contenders here. Round one, 8 seconds seems like an eternity to hit 5 targets. Brilliant, simply brilliant, terrific shooting here. Well, let's look at the scoreboard, and Germany are looking good. They're in first place. Round two then.
Attention.
A good score and a terrific second round. Round two, 6 seconds for the 5 targets. He knows he's in with a chance of a medal here. Well, let's have a look at the scoreboard. Consistency, consistency, consistency so far. Really good scoring means this athlete's in second place. This is round three then. 6 seconds. Well, that's terrific. Absolutely terrific. Round 3 then. As before, 6 seconds to hit 5 targets. Pressure's on. So focused in this performance. Let's have another look at the scoreboard then, and it is ever so tight at the top. Round 4, 4 seconds then to hit the 5 targets. Now the pressure starts to mount.
Stop.
Outstanding stuff from this athlete in round 4. Well, the time's cut in round 4 to just 4 seconds, less than 1 second a target.
Stop.
That'll keep him in the mix in the final round. Well, 4 rounds gone. Let's take another look at the leaderboard. Round 5.
Attention.
This is a biggie. Needs to remain accurate here. Really good technical performance, that. Here's round 5 then. 5 targets, 4 seconds to hit them. Hit the target very well. Well, here's the scoreboard at the end of that round, and it shows first place. Here we go, round 6 then. The final round. Has to shoot well here. Good stuff, that. This is the 6th and final round. Did everything he needed to do and more with that performance. Showed what he's all about with that performance. Technically sound. Not quite gold for China on this occasion, but a good performance and a silver medal. Well, the trick here is for these athletes to show that they have the speed across the circle, the power and explosion in the throw, and technique absolutely crucial if they're to get that 2-kilogram disc out and away towards a world record length. This athlete's had a great build-up to the games, and there's no reason why they can't push the envelope here. Look how much he's enjoying the atmosphere. Very good from Switzerland. That's very good indeed. I can't help but feel that this athlete needs a world record to win this event. The athlete will spin around as fast as possible before releasing the discus. All 2 kilograms of it. Great throw, this one. Could be a long one. Excellent from Germany. A really good throw, that one. Let's have a look at the current scoreboard then after the first round. Here we go again then. Well, from the coil to the explosion at the end, that's a massive throw. Everything technically right. Off he goes in round number 2. Oh, look at that. That's the celebration of a man with a new personal best. Well done.
Next up, the competitor representing Switzerland.
This is round number 3, and this competition is getting steadily harder. Well, that last throw from Switzerland was good. They'll be happy with that. Here we go, attempt number 3 then. Well, great from Germany. Really good throw. That puts them right back in the picture. We're at halfway. Germany are in first position. Here we go with round number 4. Well, I'm sure this Swiss athlete will be very happy with that attempt. Very good. Well, this is the 4th round when the athletes are fully warmed up. The nerves have gone. You expect the better throws here. Quite rightly jumping for joy. That's close to a world record. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. And good news for Germany, who are in first place. The 5th attempt. A brilliant throw, launching it long. I'm sure the athlete from Switzerland will feel that that was a good throw. Round number 5. This is a historic effort, well over 70 metres. Let's have a look at the scoreboard after that round, and it makes good reading. First place. Well, having gone through the mental process, this athlete is now ready to throw. It's another biggie, this one. You know what? This athlete will be really happy with that. This is all about the speed across the circle before exploding to release from that right hand. Really good throw. And that's a gold medal performance. Well, let's have a look at the replay. This really is a good throw. And let's take a closer look at the technique. Impressive stuff from the German athlete, a fully deserved gold medal. Well, the medal table looks good so far. First place. The final of the men's 10-metre platform is next here at the Aquatic Centre. The atmosphere's all ready for somebody to win a medal. Always gives you an idea of a diver's confidence, the difficulty they choose to attempt in round number 1. Well, that's not bad. Not bad at all. I think he even likes that dive. Will it be enough to keep him in this competition? Well, I think he knows he still has more to come. Here's the replay. Well, here are the scores. Well, here we go. This athlete's one of the favourites in this competition. Well, dive number 1. Well, that was all right from Germany. Not their best, but certainly not their worst. Here's the replay, and I think there will be a number of faults we could pick out with this. Let's have a look at the results at the end of round 1. Dive number 2, still need to be careful what to choose here. Only this athlete knows. Great elevation off the board. Can he complete it? Well, not bad. There's a big splash. The idea was nice, the execution just a little off on this occasion. Showed really good strength, and the technique for most of the dive was good. Just fell apart at the end. And once again, that will cost him on the scoreboard. Well, did well to cram all of that into the routine, but not quite entering the water as he would have wanted. Let's take another look at the scoreboard then after the latest round in the men's diving. A number of options that the diver can take. Is it going to be the case, though, of pushing himself, or will it be a case of playing safe? It's a really good dive, that, and quite rightly happy with it. But I think he knows he still has more to come. Here's the replay. Needs to make a big selection here. A bold selection would be a good one, and certainly could see him climb that scoreboard. Well, I don't think there's anything worse than describing an athlete as being mediocre, but that's certainly the only way you can view the German after that last dive. Let's see how they rated it. Well, that's the end of the round, and now on the scoreboard has a really big lead. Well, this is a tough choice. How to improve on that last dive? There are plenty of options. Well, he likes that performance, and quite rightly so. Here's the replay. That's certainly a respectable dive, and the scores should reflect that. Well, there's been moments so far in this competition where this diver has really shown their ability. A more difficult dive now would certainly confirm that. Well, not bad at all. I think, though, the diver knows they could have done better with that. Here's the replay. And you can just see the tiny little errors. The more difficult, the more points that you'll get. Well, it's ambitious, bold and brave. Let's see whether he can pull this off. He likes it. He likes it a lot. Well, that's a terrific dive. Let's have another look at it. I'm sure the scores will flatter this athlete. Well, round number 5, and this is when these divers can look to some of the more complicated routines. Well, it's just a shame the end didn't quite match the start with that dive. Here's the replay. This one of the more simple dives, and this athlete really had to execute on this. Pressure's on here. Seemed to miss the timing of that dive. A shake of the head in frustration, and understandably so. Well, here he is. Well, that was nowhere near the dive that he was meant to do. Just didn't get the technique right. Well, this is going to be really tough. One of the hardest dives to choose. Well, just didn't come close to executing that. Look at the disappointment on his face. That last dive was missing some crucial elements, and that will be reflected on the scoreboard, I think. Let's take a quick check on the overall medal tally. Well, they say that practice makes perfect, and today's events show exactly that. So make sure you do keep on practicing hard. From Seth Bennett, we bid you goodbye.